So good morning, everybody. I want to say I got up a little after 4 and it reminded me of running to take airplanes, but we don't take airplanes anymore. So it's interesting to get dressed up in the morning like this. And I'm also sorry that I don't understand all the conversation, so I don't know how to integrate my talk into what you're speaking about. And I see there are young people here, which is very exciting. Yes, but I don't know what you're understanding, and I hope you'll learn something from this. I had the good fortune of being around when the internet started. And really, myself and a few other people, we started a global holistic education group. It was the first global education holistic group in the world. And from that, we decided we would write a book. We worked 3 years together, Conscious Education, The Bridge to Freedom. But what was so very interesting, because we worked from different sites and we worked on a continual basis. And then we saw after a while, we no longer knew whose thoughts were whose anymore. And so while we were writing, we were integrating. And when we finished the book, we looked at it and we thought, this is really different. You know, you can't say, I wrote this chapter, you wrote that chapter, you wrote this, and that's, it became one. And that was a big lesson, how to unite the global mind. And so we started to work with young people, or I did in particular, about how to experience your interconnection through your mind. So we started to look at how are we the same, not how are we different, and not how do we compromise or how do we tolerate each other, but how do we integrate, how do we unite. And from that, I began to explore what is the difference between the mind and the heart. The heart has a wisdom that goes beyond our personalities. Our heart is a place where we can experience the other as I. And so that became my next focus in life, was how to release all judgments, to be in the now, to learn about the other person as if I was walking in their shoes and they were walking in my shoes, so that consciousness would bring us together. And that is the focus, I think, in the call of the time, that we understand that we are one humanity. But how to become that, to not see ourselves as different, but to understand those differences are just clothing. They're culture, religion, sexual preference. You know, it's very interesting. Even if you look here, we all look different and yet we are all the same. Yes, we all have hearts, we have blood, we have a brain, and we have a self-expression. Yes, so we are one. So how do we go from the group consciousness to the we consciousness to the oneness consciousness? And that really takes a lot of internal work to release the understanding that we have to position ourselves as different and unique, and really no longer see ourselves as separate. And I believe that's the call of today. And the higher consciousness we go, the more we will pioneer what it means to come together as one humanity. And yeah, so I've been working with Domin on a concept of bringing this into fruition, making it visible that we can be one heart, and that in that heartedness, like great ones, we become compassionate and understanding of everyone. And that becomes a reflection for ourselves to unite and to experience the union that we want to have, for us to address all the issues together. So if we look at the world today and the crises that are coming towards us, the environment, and now with the virus, it's a way of saying that's an externalization of what we've created. Yet we are a we, and we are one. So we are all addressing this together. And it's a wonderful opportunity for us to change our way of approaching life and to understand, if we know who we are, that we can come together with others in unity. So I thank you. It's a very short talk, but I think you've had a lot of talk, and I don't have any idea what you talked about. So I'm happy to see faces I like. That's the good news. Yeah. And so it's an experiment for me to look at each person and feel their heart and know that they are there, and see if I can feel who you are, and if you can feel who I am, and if we can appreciate each other, and then look at our differences as if they're just nice clothes. Thank you.